morning, Birmingham. This is the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. Today is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. This morning, our invocation will be delivered by Brian Blakes, firefighter chaplain for the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Services. And our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by me. If you're willing and able, please stand.
Sorry about that. Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for this day and for the opportunity to gather here today. We invite your presence into this place. May your grace, love, peace, and wisdom guide every decision made here. We are grateful for your faithfulness, mercy, and grace to be able to come today as we are led by your Holy Spirit. Today, we especially thank you for every present leader, community members, and all who serve this city gracefully. May your glory shine through these city leaders and the citizens of Birmingham. In Jesus' name, amen.
Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Abbott.
Present.
Councilmember Clark. Councilmember Moore. Councilmember Smithman.
Good morning.
Morning. Councilmember Tate. Good morning. Councilmember Williams. Good morning. Councilmember Woods. Good morning. Council President Pro Tem Alexander. Council President O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Morning.
Council, the minutes are not ready for the May 6, 2025 through September 23rd, 2025 meetings. This time we'll have communications from the mayor's office. Chief Sparks.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning to the members of the council, to the members of the public, all those under the sound of my voice. Just a few brief updates today on the mayor's behalf. The city of Birmingham invites all food truck operators, food and tent vendors, and event organizers to attend an important informational session on today, Tuesday, September the 30th at 4 p.m. at the Bowell Auditorium, which is located at 1930 Reverend Abraham Woods Jr. Boulevard. The event will be from 4 to 7 p.m. This session is designed to help vendors and planners understand what is required to legally operate a mobile food business within the Birmingham city limits. It will also provide critical information for those planning to sell food or organize events during the Magic City Classic. Again, we want to encourage all those who have the desire to operate a mobile food business within the city limits and those who plan to sell food or organize events during the Magic City Classic. To register, you can send an email to register@birminghamal.gov. Again, register@birminghamal.gov. The popular 52nd Annual Birmingham Greek Festival is October the 2nd through the 4th from 10:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. daily. This family-friendly food and culture event will take place at 307 19th Street South. There will be live music, dancing, a marketplace, and, of course, food. Admission is free to the festival. For those ordering food, there are walk-up, takeout, and drive-through options available. You can also choose from tented seating, open-air street tables, or covered garage dining. For more information, you can go to GreekFestBirmingham.com for details. Then finally, Mr. President, members of the council, members of the public, at this time, I would like to ask Ms. Danny Sims, Ms. Danny Sims, as well as any other guests who are with the Crisis Center to please join me at the podium for a proclamation. September is recognized as Recovery Month, which is a time to celebrate the strength and resilience of those in recovery, honor the work of providers and support systems, and educate the public about the effectiveness of treatment and recovery services. We would like to take this time to recognize those who are in recovery and the community that supports them with a special proclamation that I will read in part on the mayor's behalf. It reads, whereas the city of Birmingham acknowledges the ongoing impact of substance use disorder in our community and remains committed to supporting recovery efforts that offer hope and healing to individuals and families. And whereas we recognize and deeply appreciate the dedication of first responders, healthcare professionals, peer recovery specialists, counselors, outreach workers, and all of those who support individuals on their journey to recovery. And whereas empowering individuals in recovery strengthens our neighborhoods, reduces the burden on our public systems, and contributes to a healthier, more resilient Birmingham. Now, therefore, I, of course, on the mayor's behalf, Randall L. Whiffen, mayor of the city of Birmingham, Alabama, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Recovery Month in the city of Birmingham. And I encourage all residents to join in reflecting on the power of recovery, supporting those affected by substance use disorder, and promoting inclusive policies and practices that build a more compassionate and recovery-ready community. Let us come together to uplift the voices of those in recovery, recognize the strength that it takes to seek help, and commit to fostering an environment where recovery is always possible.
Thank you. Thank you to the mayor, who's not here right now, and to all the council members. My name's Danny Sims. I am Assistant Director of Recovery Resource Center, a program of the Crisis Center. I'm also a person in long-term recovery from opioid addiction and alcohol use disorder, and I've been in recovery since 2016. My colleagues are not with me today because they are back at the office at Cooper Green helping our community members right now who are seeking help for their addiction. And so I know we don't have a lot of time here, so I just want to ask a couple of things of you all. One is to help us break the stigma surrounding substance use disorder. So when you're talking to your friends, family, constituents, the next time you hear someone say that person's just a drug addict or she's just an alcoholic, please let them know that is a person who is struggling with substance use disorder, because words are very powerful. The second thing I ask you to do is to become familiar with the resources in this city, because there are many. There's Recovery Resource Center, Ross, Fellowship House, Pearson Hall, the Addiction Prevention Coalition, and many others who want to help people who are struggling. And so again, thank you so much for having us today, and have a good one. Thank you.
Mr. President, members of the council, that concludes the mayor's report.
Thank you, Chief Sparks. We'll move on to our statement of the conduct of business. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. All items on the consent agenda will be announced by reading the item numbers only. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member or the mayor requests the item be removed from the consent agenda. Additionally, a citizen interested in addressing the council with respect to an item on the consent agenda designated for public hearing may request the item be removed from the consent agenda to hold the hearing on the item. Any items removed from the consent agenda will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. For remaining matters, all matters of permanent operation will be read and all public hearings will be announced. Mr. Clerk, please read through the items on our consent agenda.
Consent agenda starts on page 2 with items 2, 3, and 4. Page 3, items 5, 6, and 7 are on consent. Page 5, item 8 is on consent. Page 6, item 9 is on consent. Page 15, items 10 and 11 are on consent. Page 21, item 12 is on consent. Page 26, item 13 is on consent. Page 27, item 14 is on consent. Page 28, item 15 is on consent. We skip over to page 36. Items 16 and 17 are on consent. Page 37, items 18, 19, 20, and 21 are on consent. Page 38, items 22, 23, and 24 are on consent. Page 39, items 25, 26, 27, and 28 are on consent. Please note that item number 27 was recommended by Public Safety. Page 40, items 29, 30, and 31 are on consent. Item 30 was also recommended by Public Safety. Page 41, items 32, 33, and 34 are on consent. Page 42, items 35, 36, 37, and 38 are on consent. Page 43, items 39, 40, 41, and 42 are on consent. And we conclude on page 44 with items 43, 44, 45, and 46.
Okay. Do any members of the council wish to add or remove an item from the consent agenda? I will start with item 33 on page 41. Remove that one from consent. That's 33 on page 41. Councilor Abbott?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to remove item 41 on page 43. And that's all.
Okay. 41 on
41
page.
on 43.
Okay.
Mr. President, item 24 on page 38.
Okay.
That was 24.
All right. We also have several public hearing items marked on our consent agenda. Those are items 2 through 4 and 7 through 16. Do any members of the public wish to remove any of those items from the consent agenda? Okay. We'll remove item 31 on page 40. Okay. We're ready for a motion on the consent agenda.
Second.
All right. Ms.
All in
Clerk, we're
favor,
ready
let
for
it be
vote.
known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
The consent agenda is approved. Our first item
All right, 1 second.
is item number 1.
All right, give me 1 second. Who's missing? Okay. Item 1. Okay. Item 1, an ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2025-18, to change zone district boundaries from C, O, and I, contingency offices, institutional district QB3, qualified community business district to C1, neighborhood commercial district filed by Dremin Memorial Trust, property owner, and St. Mary's on Highlands, applicant for property located at 1219 19th Street South, and situated in the quarter section of 6, Township 18 South, Range 2 West, 35205, Birmingham, in order to allow for a parking lot to be used by St. Mary's on Highlands for overflow parking. Any hearing of all interested parties, motion on the item.
Second.
Item is before you.
All right, this is a public hearing item relating to planning and zoning, so I'll turn it over to our chairwoman per Planning and Zoning Committee, Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Mr. President. I see Kim Spurl has come in at the perfect time. If you would please read our case.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Kim Spurl. I serve as the city zoning administrator in the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits. The item before you today is case ZAC 2025-18. This is an application to change the zoning from C, O, and I, which is our contingency office and institutional district, and QB3, which is a qualified community business district, to C1, which is our neighborhood commercial district. The property is located at 1219 19th Street South in the 5 Point South neighborhood. The application was filed by St. Mary's on the Highlands, and the property is owned by the Drenin Memorial Trust. The applicant proposes to use this site as overflow parking for St. Mary's on the Highlands. The parcel is 0.37 acres, and it will provide additional parking for St. Mary's that is located 1 block north of this subject parcel. As mentioned, this property is currently CONI and QB3. The Q condition that was put on this property is use of the subject property is limited to visiting faculty housing only. So it was a rezoning case that was many years ago, and so the applicant is requesting to rezone to allow for a remote parking lot. The city's long-range land use plan identifies this property as mixed-use high. The proposed use and automobile parking surface lot is a conditional use allowed in our C1 district. The two conditions that must be met are, number one, the required parking areas for commercial uses may be constructed using pervious concrete, grass, or any other pervious surface approved by the city engineer and the Stormwater Management Division. And number two, if adjacent to a dwelling zone district, a landscape buffer yard shall be applied along the common property line with that dwelling zone district. The city's landscape architect reviewed the proposed landscaping plan, and it does meet our landscaping requirements. The civil and soil erosion control permits from our stormwater team must be applied for before constructing the parking lot. The city's Department of Transportation did not have any comments regarding this proposed use, and this property is located in our north side, south side framework plan area. The applicant did meet with our 5 Point South Neighborhood Association on July 15th of this year, and they voted 10-0 to support this rezoning request. On August 5th of this year, the Zoning Advisory Committee met at a regularly scheduled meeting, and they voted unanimously to recommend this request. And on August 13th, 2025, the Planning and Zoning Committee also met and voted unanimously to recommend this rezoning request. The applicant is present with us today, so if you guys have any questions for him, he'll be happy to answer those.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Burrell. Would the applicants like to add anything to what Ms. Burrell has told us? Since you're here and you've been waiting for a very long time? We have nothing to add. Okay. Do any members of the council have any questions regarding this request? Well, since there are no questions, public comments. Are there any members of the public here who wish to comment? Seeing none, turn it back over to you for a vote.
Thanks, Council Abbott. We're ready for the vote.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
So item 1 is approved. Our next item is item 24.
Item 24, a resolution authorizing the mayor pursuant to 11-43-55, 41-16-51A, 15, and 41-16-51B9 of the Code of Alabama to execute a second amendment to the master contract for public safety services dated May the 23rd, 2024 with Alabama Power for the public safety video surveillance equipment, including one 14-feet black metal pipe, 6 flock safety Falcon license plate recognition cameras with solar panels, and cameras at 4 railroad crossing locations to be used by the Birmingham Police Department and BDOT. The amendment will add a premises Exhibit D and premises Exhibit E to the 2024 agreement as previously amended, providing the additional public safety surveillance equipment supplied by APC and increasing the total amount to be paid by the city for electric service to an amount not to exceed $9,904,068.02. Motion, please.
Move the item. Second. All right, Councilor Smithman.
Just want some more information on this and the 4 locations.
So this item is related to the Trainfo project for Councilor Pro Tem Alexander's district. So as part of that project, in addition to the devices that detect and communicate when the trains are blocking the intersection, There will be cameras installed at those locations, and those will be connected to the real-time crime center.
I don't know why I thought we voted on this, but, okay, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's been multiple components. Council Williams?
So why is there a camera connected to the real-time crime center to look at the train crossing?
Well,
Chief?
yeah, I'll tag team this with Dr. O'Quinn, but the reason behind the camera is just to basically confirm the accuracy of the device of the train is there or not. So it's just like a second authentication form for us.
Yep. We get the added benefit that they're flock cameras too, so if there is some other incident in the area, we have that information coming in as well, so. All right, any other questions? Counselor Abbott? I'm sorry, I'm out of practice.
These things for a while. Anyway, my only question was, can we expect more of these at additional train crossings this year? Is this like our annual one?
This is a first-time project, so, you know, the way, so this is a collaboration project between myself and Pro Tem Alexander using ARPA funds. But we, you know, set the project up in a way that it has a long runway, so it's going to be a 5-year project. So it should produce the data for us to be able to evaluate how effective it is and whether or not it's, you know, something that would be useful elsewhere in the city.
So this is a pilot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, we're ready for the vote. Okay. All right. Yeah, it popped up. Did we get the results on the monitor again? There it is. Long time no see. All right. That motion passes. So item 24 is approved. Okay. All right. Our next item is item 31.
We need some public input as to where they go. That's shouting right behind my home, and I need to know who decided to put it where.
Item 31, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter a purchase order and approving a public purpose resolution under which the city will purchase from the University of Alabama at Birmingham 1,200 football tickets per UAB home game during the 2025 college football season at a cost of $200,000 to be used by employees, youth groups, and neighborhood associations. The city shall distribute these tickets in accordance with the applicable laws, including but not limited to Alabama Ethics Law, Code of Alabama, Section 36-5-1, and the purchase of such tickets is in the best interest of the city and will serve a public purpose and further enhance the public benefit and welfare by, among other things, promoting local economic development, stimulating and diversifying the local economy, promoting and increasing the city's tourist economy, and the generation of additional revenue and jobs. Motion, please.
So moved.
All right. Council Williams.
Yeah, I just had some comments about this. You know, the city's done a really good job of supporting UAB in a lot of different facets, but I think that this is, this continues to be one of them. I think that it's important that they have a football program. Yesterday, the Convention and Visitors Bureau looked at the room night stays of the city of Birmingham compared to 9 other markets, and they were really looking at just the city of Birmingham, not the entire metro area. And the city of Birmingham is up 12.5% in room night stays, while the other 9 markets that we benchmark ourselves against in the southeast are considerably down. And I think that, that is very important to show that, you know, the growth in the amount of people that we have coming for leisure travel or non-business travel. All these little things do make an impact and reimburse us well beyond what we are getting, or what we're paying for events like this. Now, of course, we hope UAB does better than 3 and 9 this season, because that's kind of pitiful. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that all these things do add up.
All right, thank you, Council Williams. Any other comments? We are ready for the vote. All right, item 31 is approved. Next item is item 33.
3, a resolution accepting the lump sum bid of Gillespie Construction LLC, 4565 Highway 5, Jasper, Alabama, 35503, in the amount of $372,482 for the ENG 2025-4 East Lake Safe Streets right-of-way improvements located in Birmingham. This being the lowest responsible in response to bid submitted, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Gillespie Construction LLC in substantially the form contained within the bid documents and in accordance with said bid, providing that the total compensation payable under the contract not exceed the appropriation. Motion.
All right, I took this one off consent. So is this a project to replace the barricades with permanent curbing? Okay, and is, how many locations are included in this project?
So we have Ms. Denise Bell from our capital projects team. She'll come up and answer specific site questions.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Denise Bell, Service Director of Capital Projects.
I'm James Fowler, serve as the Director of the City's Department of Transportation.
We did not hear
Okay,
questions.
so the question is, this item relates to the Safe Streets project in Eastlake. And as I understand it, this project will remove the Jersey barricades and replace those with permanent curbing. So my question is I believe there's over a dozen different locations where those Jersey barriers are currently. How many locations would this cover with the permanent curbing?
Okay, we have something here.
Okay.
Ms. Camila is handing out a map of the locations and then also some renderings of what 2 example locations would look like. I don't recall the exact number off the top of my head, but they are shown on here. You're correct, it is over a dozen locations.
So all of them are included in this project?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's fantastic and much sooner than anticipated. So, thank you. Are there any additional questions related to this? Counselor Abbott?
Now that we can see what we're doing, are we really going to plant trees in the middle of the street?
So there will be trees, and there will be planters throughout, yes.
Well, that's good. We're moving on. That was my only question. I like this. As long as they're not Bradford pears.
Now we need to protect these trees with a tree ordinance.
Yes.
All right.
Hopefully, very, 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 very soon.
Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. We're ready for the vote.
Voting should be open.
Item 33 is approved. Next item is item 41.
All right. Item 41, a resolution approving payment to River Pacific Company, Los Angeles, California, for the purchase of 65-gallon Pepsi Blue NB carts in the amount of $265,363.20 for the Equipment Management Department in accordance with the Starswell contract number 12324-REH.
I move approval.
All right, Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, I just wanted this to be read so that people know what this item actually is. When I read it, I thought, what the heck is a Pepsi Blue NB? Well, of course, the background information told us what it was. But the public, if they read our agenda, would not have a clue that these are our recycling containers that I thought had already been ordered. So it's very exciting because people keep on calling and saying, I asked for one 2 years ago and I never heard back from anybody. And at the one meeting recently, we were told that a letter would go out to each person that was getting one, telling them it was coming and I guess telling them what to do with it. And to not leave it sitting in the street 24/7. So I just wanted people to know that we're finally getting another delivery of our recycling containers, which are very nice because they have a lid. And everything in your container doesn't get wet if you close the lid. However, if you leave the lid open, you end up with a large container full of water and recycling, and it will go to the landfill. So, just wanted to let people know what an NB is. It's a nesting bin.
Just out of curiosity, how many carts will this cover? It's probably in the attached information.
I think it's in the attachments, President Quinn, but we'll confirm it. This is just to fill the other half of the order that we already placed, so we're just trying to make the payments towards the carts.
Okay. You may not be able to answer this question either, but, right off the top of your head, but, approximately how many households, do we still need to get recycling carts to?
So Director Yates is outside, he can probably answer that better than I could.
Okay. Counselor Smitherman?
No, that was my question, because I'm still getting requests for recycling carts. I'm sure everybody is.
Right.
So is this our last order?
Yes.
Okay.
This is to take care of the backlog of the orders that were already on reserve until we got them. He said it's over 5,000 carts.
5,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
5,185 to be exact.
Got it. All right, we are ready for the vote.
Voting should be open.
Okay, item 41 is approved. That concludes all of our business items. We're ready for announcements. Counselor Abbott.
I guess with so few people here, I'm first for a change. Okay, so the next planning and zoning meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 8th at 3:30 PM here in the council chambers. Neighborhood Association meetings this coming Monday, October 6th at 6:30 PM. The Glen Iris neighborhood meets at St. Elias Maronite Catholic Church. The accessible playground is installed in Bessie Estelle Park, at least half of it. And so now we just need to start working on phase 2. But there is supposed to be a ribbon cutting. And we haven't heard that date yet, so we'll tell everybody as soon as we find out. And the last thing is just 311. And I say the same thing every week. I know y'all are tired of hearing me, but maybe there's somebody in the public that doesn't know that you can add the MyBHAM 311 app to your phone, and you can go around taking pictures of every sewer lid that's fallen in the hole, every light that's out, every sidewalk that's broken. You can just send pictures to your heart's content, and then you can write up a description of the problem just the way you want it to be worded. So you should download that app on the Play Store or the Apple Store. And that's it for me. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Oh, and the Zoo Gala was fabulous this year. So I hope they raised a whole lot of money so that those animals can keep eating.
The symphony performed, if I understand. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
great.
not at the Zoo Gala. The Zoo Gala had a band
Oh,
that was
okay.
very loud. It would have, blown you into the elephant enclosure. But, yeah, they had the symphony afterwards
Oh, okay, got
on
it.
another day.
Okay,
Okay.
understood. All right,
Thank you.
Counselor Smithman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to Ms. Brenda Hong for hosting the 14th Annual Sister Straight event. It was a really good event. It's growing every year, and I think James, my staff member, and Councilor Tate, staff member, and I walked. Councilor Tate, they made the walk a little longer this time, but it was a really good event. So I really enjoyed it. So the North Titusville Neighborhood Association will meet tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. at Memorial Park Rec Center. Then on Monday, October 6th, there isn't a meeting, and I think that's the only, and then, Tuesday, October 7th, Oakwood Place will meet and Mason City will meet. And I think that's all I have. Also, don't forget the Greek Festival. That's what Chief Sparks spoke about, and I think that's it, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Counselor Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to just echo what Councilor Smitherman said. Thank you, Ms. Brenda, for doing a stellar event, and my staff members for standing in for me while I wasn't able to attend. So the Civico Finley Neighborhood Association meeting will be held on Wednesday, October the 1st at 5:30 at the Civico Plant Community Room located at 1500 32nd Avenue North. Central Pratt Neighborhood Association will meet Monday, October the 6th, 6 p.m. at the Howard Sanford Recreation Center located at 320 Avenue D. Sherman Heights Neighborhood Meeting will meet on Monday, October the 6th at 6 p.m. also at the Morning Star Christian Church located at 1600 Slayton Avenue. If you have questions or concerns, feel free to contact the D9 office at 254-2302 or 254-2096. The annual State of the District will be rescheduled for a later date due to some unforeseen circumstances, so my staff will be glad to fill you in on the new date as we go forward. But that's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Council Woods.
Thank you, Mr. President. A few announcements here. The Spring Lake Neighborhood Association will meet this Thursday, October 2nd at 6:30 PM. That meeting is at the Huffman High School Library. There's also an option to join online via Zoom. The Echo Highlands Neighborhood Association will also meet this Thursday, October 2nd at 7 PM. This meeting is Zoom only. Also, next Monday, the Roebuck Neighborhood Association will meet. That's going to be October 6th. That's at 6:30 PM, and that is at the BPD East Precinct. Also want to shout out the Black Warrior Riverkeeper and the Ismaili USA for a cleanup at Tom Bradford Park. Collectively, we're able to move about right at 60 pounds, and so most of that was focused on dangerous microplastics, which get into the waterways and can cause a lot of damage to fish and wildlife. And we do have several endangered species in our area. And so thank you to them once again. Also have some announcements for District 4. Linnell's Beverage Boutique will be hosting another community potluck this Wednesday. That's going to be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Counselor J.T. Moore will be in attendance to answer questions. Everyone is invited to join in. That address is 1208 32nd Street North. And let's see, there will be no community development meeting today. And there's some upcoming neighborhood association meeting. The Brummon Heights neighborhood will meet on Thursday at 1 p.m. That meeting is at the Brownsville Heights Community Center. The Maple Grove neighborhood will meet this Monday at 6 p.m. via Zoom. I wonder if that's yesterday. And the Collegeville Neighborhood Association will meet Monday at 6 p.m. at the Antioch Baptist Church. Also, Park and Rec will meet this Wednesday at 9 a.m. at Legion Field. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. For District 5, the Wahoma Neighborhood Association meets on Thursday, September 4th at 6 p.m. at the East Lake Library, which has been reopened now for several months. That's located at 5 Oporto Madrid Boulevard. The next Transportation Infrastructure Committee meeting will take place on Monday, October 13th at 2 p.m. here in the council chambers. Please submit agenda items by contacting Kimberly Phillips at kimberly.phillips@birminghamal.gov. The One Place Family Justice Center will host its 10th annual Relentless Hope Breakfast to kick off the Domestic Violence Awareness Month on Wednesday, October 1st at 7:30, and that goes through 9 a.m. at the Harvard Center, featuring the annual State of Domestic Violence reports. Tickets are available. Tickets are available at oneplacerelentlesshope.swell.gives. And as always, want to remind folks to take advantage of our 2 farmers markets. The East Lake Farmers Market takes place every Saturday from 8 to 12 through October 11th. And that is located in the parking lot of East Lake United Methodist Church, and Pepper Place Farmers Market takes place every Saturday from 7 to 12 through December 13th, and is located at Pepper Place at 2829 2nd Avenue South. And that concludes the District 5 announcements. Councilor Abbott.
Mr. President, I'm glad you reminded me of the symphony at the zoo. It is it's called the Alabama Symphony Orchestra Goes Wild at your Birmingham Zoo. It's on October 5th. You can come in at 5 o'clock. And the thing that entertained me was it says that pre-concert activities for all guests will include after-hours access to ambassador animals, the reptile exhibit, which has some very nice snakes in it, and the Alabama Wilds Barn. Other activities include face painting and an instrument petting zoo. So the symphony will have musical instruments for children and adults to pet. It should be interesting. So I thank you for the reminder.
Yes, ma'am. Counselor Smitherman?
Oh, no, I was commenting on that. I thought it was cool. But there is a floral workshop at Arlington House this Saturday.
Awesome. All right. Mr. Clerk, we have a public speaker signed up.
Mr. Otis Murphy.
Good morning, Dr. Murphy.
President Quinn. Again, I came to speak on behalf of the God I serve. We need to be aware of spiritual things. It was brought to my attention that when I spoke about the young man, J.T. Moore, they brought to my attention that he had took an official car down to Mobile, Alabama, and got arrested for public intoxication. I'm gonna let Satan deal with that. Let me say it this way. I have never seen Satan attack his own. Nobody was trying to, the ones that's attacking him, the city of Birmingham. Let me say something to you. If you bother this leadership, there's a price you're going to pay. Okay? Let's be clear on that now. Here's a young man with a family and children and married. Living in a world ain't nobody fighting for him nowhere. These coward preachers and these coward churches, as we say in the South, sit around and band together leaders of the SCLC against our leader of this city. This same kind of organization that when Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize, he took the money and gave it to the SCLC and SNCC because he saw the future of a young generation that was going to face a problem where they were going to have no help, no spiritual help. You got a job to do, and I got a job to do. But every job I do for the Lord I serve is going to be out of love for you, no matter what it looks like. I'm going to say it again. Let's be clear. I said, when God is for you, who can be against you? Let me say it this way, another way. If God be against you, who can be for you? Now, there's only two things I said when God sent me here. It's going to be one offered in this leadership, and it's going to be one sacrifice because they refuse to do what God is asking. And if the city of Birmingham do anything else other than what God has placed in their heart, understand now, there's going to be a price to pay, but it will not be victorious. Let me say it this way. This is a fixed fight. I couldn't serve a God to fix a fight for him to lose. I won't say this. This is a fixed fight. Y'all keep doing what you're supposed to do for this city because the world is watching. From the slave Cujo in Mobile up to what happened in Carrington Park that led us to Washington, D.C., to be a city in the history book of mankind to show that there's a change going to come. Sometime God revisit that same place that he had a victory, but it won't look like Carrington Park. The world is coming to Birmingham. Coca-Cola is in the city. They come into the city now to increase the moral ethics of the reality of what you all have to face. Surely you have a city to take care of and the people that's in it and a government to run. When you wake up in the morning, think about Jesus. And when you go to bed at night, You pray to this Jesus. See, because the world just saw him dead, but only Christian know he arose. And when he arose, he didn't go to the unbelievers. He went to those who believed. He gonna visit your house. And he gonna ask you some questions. What you do ain't my business, but it will be answered. Because every knee gonna bow. Every tongue gonna confess that he is God. Let me end it this. I don't care what alphabets and what language you use. There's only one name that is above every name, and that's the name Jesus. But there's only one word. I don't care what language, what alphabets you use. There is no word you can form with those alphabets that's powerful than stop. Stop is so powerful, you can be doing something for 1,000 years. You can stop at 1,000 years, has to jump into your past. Let me say this again to you. I say it's so powerful that you can be doing something for 1,000 years and stop at 1,000 years, got to jump into your past. There are some things we got to stop in Birmingham. And we know the spirit of where it came from. Bull Connor can't live here no more. But Jesus should be able to. May God bless you. May God keep you. It's my prayer.
All right, that concludes our public speakers. Counselor Smithman.
I was gonna move for adjournment.
Oh, okay. Let me thank our officers on duty, Officer Square and Officer Lawrence. Thank you. And now.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.